Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Movie Chats with Ant and Ryan. Today, we're talking about the 2024 movie, The Last Showgirl, starring Pamela Anderson and directed by Sofia Coppola from the Coppola family, granddaughter of Francis Ford Coppola. The Last Showgirl is the story of, let's say, an aging showgirl in Vegas who is coming to term that her show is being cancelled after 30 years of running. All right, so let's start with maybe the direction this time. What did you
Um,
think
I
of
will.
Gia Coppola's direction?
I thought it was different. It had it almost. It was a bit hazy on the sides. It was focusing right on the center of it. I had to
Yeah.
do a bit of research on it. I think it was in 16 millimeter camera work. It
Mm.
gave a very vintage kind of look. Another kind of one where we've kind of had that vintage kind of look and feel to it. This is kind of getting to be a bit of a regular thing of ours that we're going to that kind of
Yeah.
vintage look.
Actually, this one I saw it just slightly different. I understand where you're coming from, but I saw it a bit different. It didn't give me a 90s vibe. It gave me a independent movie Vegas vibe.
Yep.
Like it's hot because a lot of the pictures are actually, or the sets are, the lighting is overexposed, which gives you an impression that it's hot because it's very sunny. And yeah, it has this very gritty and grainy and raw, unfiltered image, which is very independent movie. At the beginning, I thought it was a little too much because you had some shots, some parts were completely out of focus, which I thought was a bit distracting. And then that just went away. So, and then I saw that the movie was shot in 18 days. So maybe some of the
Yep.
shots were just imperfect. And they were like, you know what? We're going for this raw, unfiltered look anyway. So we'll just keep it in.
And they only had Jamie Lee Curtis for 4 days as well of that really small time frame as well. So that was
But God, did they make it count? She cracked me up so
wasn't
much.
she hilarious? I'm going to get into her performance later on, but yes, she was just raw, funny, heartbreaking. She brought it all in
She was
in that.
so good.
So good. Um, Yeah, I love the direction and the Coppola family. Sophia Coppola is her aunt.
Yeah,
Francis Ford Coppola is her grandfather. So yeah, that's obviously it's in the family. Jason Schwartzman, who has a role later on in the film,
yeah. He's
he's her
like a
he's her
cousin. Yeah,
he's her cousin. Nicolas Cage is her cousin as well. So it's in the family.
it's the family.
She's gonna do bigger and better things, I think.
Yeah,
All right, so we'll get into the cast.
let's do that.
Pamela Anderson, I'm just going to say right now, was robbed of an Oscar nomination. I think this
Yeah,
is just the performance she brings. It's almost as if it's a caricature of what the world believes she is. She's a little bit ditzy, a little bit kind of just uh, stuck in her own world. But then she's got such heart towards her as well. You know, she understands the magic behind the show. That when it meant something to Vegas, you know, she used to be a celebrity. She's got that history of the French connection. She's almost a mother figure to some of the girls she works with,
yeah.
but she's actual mother as well. So she's, tossing up that kind of balance between her life. It's just I was mesmerized. Then you forget that this is Pamela Anderson. This is what she was the Tool Time girl on Baywatch, and
Yeah, she really need, like, in the 90s, she really leaned into a sex symbol status, but she was never known for being an amazing actress. And you can draw some parallels as well with the character from the movie that, well, now that she's aging as well, she needs to bring something else. She can't be the young sex symbol as she used to be in the 90s, but she brings on the acting chops. Definitely.
Yeah.
There are three bits that will stay with me. It's actually the three times that she leaves a voicemail to her daughter.
Yep.
The first time is very, she's ditzy, she's embarrassed. She doesn't really know what to say. She's lost, and it's very confusing. And she leaves the voicemail and she wants to redo it, and then she makes a mistake, and it goes through anyway. The second one is very touching when she's on the roof and it's before the show, and she apologizes, and she's a bit more calm. She's a bit more articulate. It's a very touching moment. And the last one is also very touching because she has come to term with a lot of things that she has been through, and how we have to say she's a crappy mother. But
Yeah.
I think there is a bit of a lot of a lesson in that we can talk a bit more about her character and the journey afterwards. But yeah, she was very good in this role. The rest of
Yeah.
the cast
And
is amazing as well. Yeah,
yeah, that whole I've only ever wanted the best for you. That's what most parents only want the best for their children. Have I made, and then, she's made sacrifices. She sacrificed her entire life for this show. She wasn't there for her daughter. She mentions earlier on that she was married when she was younger and she tried to make it work in New York, but Vegas has already always called her back. So this is sh her life has been this show, and it's just now it's
it's
over.
yeah,
She's lost her identity. She's lost her identity, basically, trying to
yeah.
find herself.
She has lost a lot. She has lost a comfort as well. I have my opinion as well because the character of the daughter and what she's bringing as well, it shows the negative aspects of the character as well, because she has been selfish. She hasn't been a good mother, and she has been quite selfish. She has prioritized being on this show. She's seeing it as a classy act when everybody else is seeing it as a bit of a piece of lurid trash. But she thinks that it's better because she has been in there for 30 years. And at the end, when she's auditioning and the casting director is telling her very abruptly, and there was certainly, like, better ways to say it, but it's a truth bomb of saying, look, you're not that great of a dancer. You were hired in the past because you were young and you were pretty, but now you're not, and into something else. He says it in a very harsh way. And the way that she responds to it is very, like, well, is deserved, because the guy is not a good guy. He's a dick.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but it's also true. And we learned that she was leaving her daughter outside in the car with a Game Boy when she was on the show, because she liked the attention, because she was comfortable for that, because that's what she prioritized. But this is where it comes, the last phone call that she makes to her daughter is showing her that she's a human being. She's not perfect. And our parents, I think that comes with age as well, just to realize that our parents are just people. They are imperfect like the rest of us, but they are trying to do the best that they can, or what they think is the best for us. And I think this is the resolution for me that was very touching. I really like that.
yeah, yeah. That was beautiful. I went back and rewatched it and just listening to that last phone call. They're not perfect, but they only want the best for their kids and to follow your dreams. Um, when Hannah's talking about going to photography, Shelley's like, "Yes, that's fantastic. That would be amazing. Art's amazing." And because obviously the stepmother's going, "Oh, I should be a graphic designer." No, you shouldn't do that. You should do what you want to do. And it's just like
Yeah,
she's always been about following your dreams, which is just,
she's a dreamer. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Um,
All right. A couple more of the side actors. I want to talk about Dave Bautista, however you pronounce his surname. I thought he was brilliant in this.
it's very good.
This, he's just this guy who's obviously been the I guess the director or something like that of the show for the last 30 years himself.
Mm.
He's, spoiler alert, he's Hannah's father, which we
E-
find out late, which we find out later in the movie. But he's just he feels almost broken himself. This is his life that it's about to end as well. It's a very just he's very monotone, very gentle, kind of talks very softly.
yeah,
I
he could be a lot worse. He's definitely a good guy. It's when we found out that he's Hannah's father. That was it made it even worse that she's been a crappy mom, and why her daughter is pissed at her because she's not even staying with her father who got remarried. She's actually staying with friends. It's even worse. It's like, well, I don't know who my dad is, and my mom just has put this trash show above me my entire childhood, and I'm just really not okay with that. But that's something as well very true when they are going on these awkward dates in air quotes, if we can call that a date, that even if it's after 30 years and he has been as well on the razzle dazzle, they are keeping him on. And it's much easier for him to transition as a man, you know?
yeah
It's you can say whatever you want that maybe she should have thought about that. She know that her beauty was not gonna last forever and blah blah blah. But really, can we really blame her fully? It's not fair. It's really not fair for her. And she puts it in
yeah
a way that is very true of they keep you on board just because you can push a button. But here
yeah
I am. I'm not in the show and I'm out of a job because I'm not young anymore. That's very unfair.
it is it's, yeah it's got that whole yeah it does ring true to it's sexism in the workplace, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and in society, and I think this is why some people have compared the themes to the substance that we also talked about. When the substance is a lot more creative, but it has a bit of the same message around women aging in society and how they are, we can say, sort of discarded when they are aging, especially when
Yeah.
their career was based on their appearance, and it's the same that is happening to her.
Yeah, bang on. I didn't get that correlation until just now. Yeah, good pickup. All right, we'll go into Jamie Lee Curtis, who I loved her in this. She was
Agreed.
hilarious, and then in that, obviously, she's so confident and just speaks her mind. And then at the very that last couple of scenes where she's made that revelation that she's not doing very well. She's
Yep.
taking on extra shifts. She's showering at work. Excuse me. Sleeping in her car. So then their friendship is so strong that she's going to stay with Shelley. And then there's that dance she does as well to what's the song? Total Eclipse of the Heart. She sings a
Yeah.
dances to Total Eclipse of the Heart. I couldn't help but having flashbacks to her dance in True
True
Lies.
Lies. Yes.
And just there's that, how different she's become as a different, like that. She was a young lady when she did that. Now she's a little bit older, but it
Mm.
was so raw and so emotional.
It was. It was. Even when she's also in the locker room and she's changing, it's unfiltered. She's taking off her clothes. She hasn't had any work done or anything. I mean, she's in her 60s, I think. Jamie Lee Curtis, and
Like she'd have,
she's just yeah, she's really accepting and showing her body and aging gracefully, which I think she's a lot to be admired for that as well. But she's just
yeah.
so good. I mean, she reminded me a little bit of have you seen The Bear, the TV show?
No, I haven't.
She's playing the mother in there and she's got psychological issues. She gets
Okay.
uh, like a very explosive temper and she does it very well. She's I don't know. I feel that this is very late in her career that we can really see her range and what she can do. I mean, she got an Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once. She was good. I'm not sure that she was worth an Oscar nomination and an Oscar win in this one, even though it's my favorite movie at the moment. But
I
for other
think she,
stuff, yeah,
I actually wrote down that because I'm comparing it to obviously we've gone through a couple of big Oscar wins. You've got Nora, you've got Amelia Perez, both who got over nominated with above this movie. You
yeah,
know, Jamie Lee Curtis, miles better performance than Zoe Saldana.
yeah.
Um, Pamela Anderson, miles better performance than Mikey Madison.
Demi Moore
That's him. And
again.
Demi Moore as well. Yeah, I would probably put Pamela Anderson above Demi Moore as well.
Hmm.
And she was, just going to say it, robbed of an Oscar nomination. She should have been nominated for this movie.
I think she should at least have been nominated. Um, but to go back to Jamie Lee Curtis, it was something that is Oscar-worthy performance, even if she's
Yeah,
not a lot in this movie, at least Best Supporting Actress. She could have
I'm
been
100%.
nominated for this one. She's
Yeah.
so awesome in it.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
She reminded me of
Um,
the lady in There's Something About Mary, Mary's roommate.
oh my goodness. Yes. Just as you were saying, she reminds me of like, I wonder if he's going to say that. And yes, yeah, I could. Yeah, I get that because she's just got that little bit of almost foulness to her, but then at the same time, she's got the heart to it as well. So
Yeah, she's got and she got to see like the better side of Shelley as well because
yeah,
the with her young colleagues, Shelley is not very nice to them at the end of the day. I mean, I think she's lost and she just realizes, look, I'm already a crappy mother to my daughter. I can't be your mother. But there are some
yeah.
stuff like when you have the girl, I don't remember her name, that
But
comes
was
to
it
her
Joe?
door.
Yeah, Jodie.
Yeah, yeah, Jodie. When she comes to her door and she's very emotional, she can't go back to her parents and she doesn't even let her in because she's dealing with her own stuff. That was heartbreaking. I think it really
Yeah,
colors the character as she is this very imperfect person that has some selfish traits, which is good. It makes her more human, but that was a hard scene to watch and to go through.
yeah. I missed because I watched it twice over the last few days because there was that part there with Jodie's kind of breaking down and Shelley said, "Oh, I can't help no," and slams the door in her face. So I thought
Yeah,
that that was kind of it for Jodie, but then obviously they have a very short. It's over a song where Jodie, Shelley, and Marianne, Brenda Song's character, are all hugging and crying because obviously that show is over. So I like
yeah,
that they had that kind of um, the complete journey of their kind of
yeah,
their mother-daughter friendship. So yeah, that was I
yeah.
like that they included that because I was worried that they didn't on my first viewing. I forgot about that.
True.
Okie dokie. I think I've exhausted all my notes. Is there anything else you'd like to go through?
Nope. That was all I had. Um, yeah. Let's go to scoring.
All
You want to
right.
start?
All right, I'm gonna do it. This is my first 5 out of 5.
Ding 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 ding.
There you go. Yep, it's my first five.
Nice. Do you want to develop on that or should I go with my score?
No, I just thought it was just such a beautiful film. Pamela Anderson just blew me away. You're not
Yeah.
expecting an amazing performance and Pamela Anderson in the same sentence, but it's just she just does just an absolutely mesmerizing performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just was. It's just a really beautiful role. She did a great job, and it was almost uh, art art imitating life for her because
Yeah.
she herself is. an aging starlet herself. She says in the movie, "I'm 57 and I'm fabulous." Well, she's actually 57 herself, so she's not a young lady anymore.
Yeah,
And from all the things she does in her personal life now, she's very anti makeup. She goes out and she's all natural.
good.
She's yeah,
It's it's good. I think yeah, the more actress would do that, the better. Um,
absolutely yeah.
it's I actually read that Pamela Anderson's agent rejected the script before showing that to her, and her son came across the script by chance and gave it to his mom, and she said, "I want to do the movie," and then she fired the agent. So,
Yeah, I read that in the IMDb trivia as well. So I was like, oh, because that's happened a few times to actors over the years where they've gone, I wanted to be in that movie. I think James Woods did that with he was going to be in Pulp Fiction and
mm,
his agent didn't give him the script, so he fired his agent
uh,
as well.
it's like gives you goosebumps, like to think about that.
Yeah,
Could have not happened.
right.
Anyhow, I would give it a 4 out of 5, a solid 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it. I think the cast, the performance was amazing, especially Pamela Anderson and Jamie Lee Curtis. I like the direction. It's very indie, gritty, raw, unfiltered. That really matches with the themes of the movie, and I think the themes of the movie are approached with a lot of maturity and cleverness. Um, it compares to the substance to me, which the substance is a bit more stylized and creative with a bit of a crazy story, which I sort of it's different. I'm not gonna say I like it better, but it resonates a bit more to me. But still, I really enjoyed this movie. And it's up there. So 4 out of 5.
Excellent.
Awesome. Well,
All right. Well,
thank you.
th thank you. And thanks everybody for listening. Please share us with what you thought of the movie. Were we right? Were we wrong? Did you agree? Did you disagree? And always please like and subscribe.